Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be talking about something a little bit different, and we are going to do a little video on air plants today. So I have quite a few of them tucked around in the greenhouse. Some are quite big, some are absolutely tiny. Never done a video on them before, and they're just a little sort of side hobby of mine. They grow well with the carnivorous plants and the orchids and everything else that's in the greenhouse. So today is October the 17th, and it is 79 degrees currently in the greenhouse and 93% humidity. So it's nice and warm and humid in here. Had to turn the fans off in order to film, so it's going to get hot quickly. But yeah, I just wanted to show you a few of my air plants, talk about some cultural tips, and maybe you can grow some air plants at home too along with your plants. Now, they do make good household plants, although all of mine are in the greenhouse because that's just where basically all my plants are. And I think I have the advantage because all air plants are going to like really high humidity. They do like to be sprayed quite often, and when they are thirsty they're sort of a silver color on most, and if you spray them with water they actually turn green. So you want to keep your air plants really hydrated. And I also give them quite a bit of light in the greenhouse, so between the humidity and the high light levels they really do well. This one started as a little plant about a year and a half, 2 years ago now, so it has multiple growth points. Another air plant that you see in the greenhouse here is the Spanish moss. It's starting to take over. I have it in a few different spots. It hangs in with my vandas. Some of it's off screen, even you can't see it, and there's more hanging up over there, and we'll have a little bit closer look at that after. And so what I'm going to do is just show you my air plant collection and yeah, tell you how I care for everything. Alright, so I took down all my air plants from their little nooks and crannies so I could show them all to you. I got into them about, as I said, about a year and a half ago when I went through this little phase. Now air plants are really cheap to buy, and there's not all that many varieties of them. I mean, I guess technically there's hundreds, but I wanted a bunch that looked sort of different from each other. So most of these were about $2.99. Some of the bigger ones were around $6.99 for them. But yes, so there is a thin guy there. Now they're all called Tillandsias. This one here, this had this was the main plant on it, and it has since grown this one on the side. They seem to split really easily. It also has some roots growing on it. Who knew air plants could grow roots, but they can. This one here that I first showed you had a root. It started this summer, but it looks like the root has died now for some reason. Anyways, I don't think roots are overly important for them. This one here has done really good. It's gotten quite big. It's called the tricolor, but I don't see any tricolors. Again, look at the roots starting on the air plants. Who knew, eh? This guy here, this one actually flowered for me. So I made sure to rub a paintbrush in the flowers each time one was open, and I managed to get 4 seed pods. They've been ripening now for months. They got to be due soon to be harvested. And since I've got it, it's produced 2 little side shoots as well. One there and one there. So I'm not in any hurry to separate the side shoots off of any of them. No point in taking up extra space. I hang them all with little orchid clips, so they hang on the back of pots or on some of the shelving and that sort of thing in the greenhouse. This is a close-up view of some of the Spanish moss. I have this everywhere in there. Most people don't realize that Spanish moss is actually a type of air plant. And I'm just going to grab the water. Okay, I'm back. And I'll show you a close-up view. You can see how it's kind of silver, and when you spray it, the Spanish moss goes green. Now, one thing with watering any of the air plants, it's really good actually to dunk them in the water. Just a quick little spray like this isn't going to be enough. You want to see the color on them if they do change color, if they have this sort of silverness to it to start with. You want to see that go green. So I give them a good spray like that. In the summertime I dunk the big bunches of Spanish moss right under the water in the pond. Let's see. This one here is one of my favorites. I actually mounted it to, it's sitting with an orchid. And if you look right here, you can see all the roots that it has produced. I don't know if you can See that there? Sorry about this super quick focusing. So you can see all the new root growth that's coming off the air plant, and all of this here is roots. It's actually sticking itself to the wood. I originally ran a zap strap around it and the wood, so that one's kind of cool. It's a little bit bigger. Let me back up the camera for a second to give you a wide angle view of it. There we go. And there's the orchid that's on there too. So that's kind of a neat thing to do for your air plants, is mount them on wood. Hang that back up. I already showed you this guy here. This is my main one here. That was the first one I bought. It's growing really well. And it keeps producing little side shoots. Have some Spanish moss tucked in there as well. But yeah, air plants, a cool plant to go with your orchids or go with your house plants. I've seen them in those little glass bulbs before. That's to keep the humidity in. If you're having them in your house and you don't have them in any kind of glass bulb or jar type thing, you'll want to make sure they're well watered. And anyways, yeah, what else can I tell you? So we covered temperature. Temperature is a good one. So these are all good. They go down to 50 degrees. They can handle as much heat as they get in the summertime. I actually accidentally left some Spanish moss outside, and remember I said I dunk it in the pond in the summertime. Some got hooked on the little railing around the pond, and it's still out there. I'm just doing a little experiment to see how long it can stay outside. So the nighttime lows are now down around 6 to 8 degrees, and it's still doing fine out there. It's caught on the little fence and just hangs there. So we'll see how long that one grows outside for. Other than that, we got the light, we got the water, we got humidity, we've got temperature. So I think I've covered all my care tips. I'm gonna dismount the camera from the tripod there, and I'll spin you around. I've hung Spanish moss up like this. It's a good way to kind of keep it. I'm gonna spin you around the other way. Here's Spanish moss in with the vandas. This one I'm just starting to put some Spanish moss on. This one's absolutely covered in Spanish moss. Oh, I see up there is a spike on the vanda right at my fingertip. That's kind of cool. I'll have a winter vanda bloom. Some more Spanish moss. So this Spanish moss stays in pretty much full sun. Anyways, that is my air plant collection. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks for watching.